You don't know my boss, man. Okay. 3, 2, 1. Vibrating controller, and bam, it should be recording. If not, I'll give it 2 more seconds. 1, 2, 1, 2. Interdimensionary, fragmentary, interdimensional. There we go. Hello. Back on the loadouts. We have 2 more left to go. Today, or in this one, we're going to be going over the ninja loadout. Same pattern. We're going to be going over a bad ninja loadout first, and then a good ninja loadout, and then explaining why for both. Recap. I'm going to talk as if y'all haven't seen the first one, which is the soldier loadout. Hero loadouts are going to become very important in this game. You might not have all the things that you see available to me. However, for the good ninja loadout, I'm going to go over stuff that you yourself can obtain. All of it will be base game. The hero loadout is make it or break it for some missions. It's all about matching things. Synergizing, that's what it means, to match. What clicks, what clacks, what connects. 2 most important things to understand about your hero loadout. Take into account your commander and your weapons. What weapons will you be using? Here we go. Here is the example of a bad ninja loadout, and it might not seem that way at first. I will explain though. So let's go, first things first, let's understand what everything is. We have Lynx Cassandra as commander. Her abilities are Kunai Storm, Throwing Stars, and Smoke Bomb. Her commander perk is Hang Time. Using Kunai Storm grants Hover for 4 seconds. Let's check. Increasing your damage by 140% during Hover. Our team perk is Dim Mak. For each ninja, Shadow Stance regenerates 1.8% of your shield per second. Let's go over our support team. We have Dim Mak Mari, Utility Belt. Increases Smoke Bomb cooldown by 18%. She helps the team perk to activate it. Endless Smoke increases Smoke Bomb radius by 46%. He helps activate the team perk. Medicinal Fumes. Smoke Bomb heals allies and yourself for 10 base health per second. She helps activate the perk. Fan of Stars from Cloaked Star. Throw all throwing stars together in an arc. Adds 1 additional star. He helps activate the team perk. And finally, Corrosive Strikes. Melee critical hits applied 30% snare and affliction, which deals 37% of damage dealt each second for 3 seconds. She helps activate the perk. So I know you're looking at this, you're saying, okay, everyone here is a ninja, Lynx is a ninja, the team perk's activated, it's up to maximum efficiency. Why isn't this bad? Well, let's go over it. So, remember, take into account 2 things. Your commander's team perk, or your commander's perk, and the weapons you'll be using. So Lynx's Kunai Storm gives me a hover, which increases my damage. It amplifies my damage by basically 2.5. I'm going to be doing 2.5 damage, basically, which is double our damage. So why is this bad? Okay, how do we activate Shadow Stance? Shadow Stance is a ninja class perk, which it's activated every time you get a melee kill. It gives you some movement speed, and then it gives you some armor. If I'm hovering, am I getting melee kills? There's only 1 enemy in this game that can fly, and you won't see him in every mission. So no, we won't be going into Shadow Stance really at all with Lynx, because we're supposed to be staying in the air, dealing a lot of range weapon damage, staying away from danger because we're hovering. Smoke Bomb. What's her main team perk about? Her Kunai Storm. Do I care about Smoke Bomb? Not really. Smoke Bomb, you throw it on the floor, it deals damage to things around you. Endless Smoke. Okay, it increases the radius of it, I can throw it down faster, cool. That's not about Lynx, though. I can get healed in the Smoke Bomb. Isn't she supposed to be hovering most of the time? Once again, she's not a Smoke Bomb person. Fan of Stars. They're all throwing stars in an arc. Is Lynx a throwing stars person? No, she is a Kunai Storm person. You're going to be staying in the air. Corrosive Strikes. Melee critical hits. Melee. Shadow Stance. The reason why this is a bad loadout is because nothing matches our commander here. Lynx's niche, the role she fills in, is floating above the enemies and dealing massive ranged weapon damage to targets below her. Smoke Bomb deals with things on the ground. I can't get in my Smoke Bomb, so the radius doesn't matter. She doesn't need to heal in her Smoke Bomb because she's going to be staying above the enemies. She's not a throwing stars person, so cloak stars a waste. And melee critical hits, we're not going to be getting on the floor to melee things. We're going to be staying above them, dealing massive range damage because she'll be floating. So the reason why this doesn't work is because although everyone is a ninja and everyone helps the team perk, it doesn't help our commander. She is a ranged weapon ninja that stays above the air using Kunai Storm. We have Smoke Bomb people in here, Throwing Stars people in here, and Melee people in here. What does Lynx not use? Smoke Bomb. What does she not use? Throwing Stars. What does she not use? Melee weapons. She uses her Kunai Storm to stay above and deal massive ranged damage. Yes, of course, she can use Throwing Stars, she can use Smoke Bomb. Are those her main abilities, though? No. Let's build a good ninja loadout. I'm going to be building one, and then I will explain why this is a good one. Alright, so real quick, team perk. All of y'all have the same 4 team perks. Long Arm of the Law, Keep Out, Recycling, and Dim Mock. Let's look for Dim Mock. Found it. Did you see that? Of all the 4 team perks I listed, only one of them was compatible. When you see that, I'm going to pull out the magnifier to zoom in. When you see that yellow highlight, that yellow circle with the exclamation mark, the yellow bar, that tells you, hey silly, what you're using is not working. It doesn't help your commander. Remember, take into account 2 things. Commander perk and weapons. This tells you this does not work with this commander. It doesn't do anything. So, of the 4 that we have, Dim Mock is the only one that works anyway. Perfect. Let's read up on Dim Mock. Real quick, let's read up on our hero. Dim Mock Mari has Smoke Bomb, Throwing Stars, Dragon Slash. Utility Belt. Decreases Smoke Bomb cooldown by 42%. Okay. So she's a ninja whose main thing is her Smoke Bomb is going to come back fast. Alright. For each ninja, Shadow Stance regenerates 1.8% shield per second. Okay. Let's build this loadout. What have we got? Remember, I'm going to be using nothing but base game heroes, so everyone you see me put in is someone that you yourself can obtain at any point in this game. Let's see here. Alright, so far we have Corrosive Strikes and Assassination. Both of these help to activate the team perk. Remember, every ninja helps activate this team perk. Let's keep going. Wings of the Dragon from Dragon Scorch. Increases Dragon Slash range. I'll explain everything once I'm done making this loadout. Remember, everything you're seeing here is something that you can get. Okay, Fleetfoot Ken. I think that's a good one. Let's see what else we have here. A lot of options. What would work? I really hope this music isn't too loud, man. Woo! Volume control. The reason why this is a bit complicated for me is because I have to remember what is something that you can get and what's something you can't get. You know, what's event and what's not. What's base game, what's not. Alright. Looking at the ninjas. Oh, I see one. Alrighty. So I just built what I believe to be an efficient ninja loadout. Let's go over why. Remember, I will burn this into your head. I will engrave this into your brain. Take into account 2 things. Your commander's perk and the weapons you'll be using. So let's go over everything. Utility Belt. So her Smoke Bomb comes back fast. Her main thing is Smoke Bomb, but she also has Throwing Stars and Dragon Slash to help her out. Dim Mock. For each ninja, Shadow Stance regenerates 1.8 shield per second. How do we activate Shadow Stance? Shadow Stance is a ninja class perk. Every ninja has this. Every time you get a melee kill, you get armor, you get movement speed. And with this team perk, you also get shield regeneration. 1.8% per person, so let's do some quick math. That means we're getting about 8 or 9% shield regeneration per second while we're in Shadow Stance. Every time we get a melee kill. So let's go over how this works. Corrosive Strikes, so every time I get a melee critical hit, I'm slowing down the enemies with Snare and dealing affliction damage. Assassination, every time I get a hit with a melee weapon, I'm stacking on damage. Wings of the Dragon increases the Dragon Slash range by 3 tiles. Fleet increases movement speed by 12.5%, and Corrosive Stars. Throwing stars apply damage, that affliction damage, per second for 6 seconds, and it stacks. So why does this all work? So this works because everything in my support team takes into account my hero, my commander. She's a smoke bomb person. What does that tell me? That tells me I'm going to be on the floor, throwing down smoke bombs. What does the smoke bomb do? The smoke bomb, you slam it on the ground, it stays there for a couple seconds. While the smoke bomb's there, it's going to deal massive damage to enemies, and it's going to slow them down. So it leaves you a good place to fight. You're getting surrounded by enemies, you slam a smoke bomb down, and now you have an arena that's suited for you. So she can do that often. With our team perk, while we're in Shadow Stance, which uses melee kills, melee weapons, we regenerate shield. So, in this loadout we have two things. We have Smoke Bomb to help clear out the husk, clear out the enemies, and escape, deal massive damage to them, and we have insane survivability with the team perk. And because we have 5 ninjas in it, we have it at peak efficiency. So, she's going to be running down on the floor, doing smoke bombs, and swinging with melee weapons. So corrosive strikes, every time we hit a crit with a melee weapon, we're doing massive damage and slowing them down. With assassination, since we're staying on the floor meleeing the enemies, we're going to be dealing stacking damage, up to 20% more damage once we hit them 5 times. Dragon Slash. Now our Dragon Slash can be a good hit and run ability. We do a Dragon Slash, we get out by 3 tiles. Do you know how far 3 tiles is? That's really far. So here's an example. We can throw down a smoke bomb, hit a few enemies with melee weapons, regenerate our shield, and then Dragon Slash to get out of there. Fleet just increases your movement speed. You're going to be a ninja, you're going to be on the floor attacking husks, you might as well get there fast, right? And Corrosive Stars, just a little extra something for the throwing stars to make them just that little bit better. So every time we hit them, our throwing stars do just a little bit more. So let's recap. This hero loadout is bad with Lynx Cassandra because it doesn't take into account her team perk. Or, excuse me, I keep saying that. Her class perk. Her perk herself. Which is Kunai Storm. She's going to be hovering, which means Smoke Bomb isn't going to help. You're going to be hovering above the enemies with ranged weapons. Everyone in the support doesn't really help her as a commander. She's not going to be using melee weapons in Shadow Stance, so it doesn't matter that she gets that. She's not going to be using smoke bombs because she's going to be staying in the air shooting at them. So everything smoke bomb related doesn't really help her. So despite it technically matching, it doesn't help you as a commander. You might as well use any other person as commander. Straight up. Here's why this one works with Dimmak Mari. This takes into account the playstyle I'm going to be doing, the weapons I'll be using, and her perk itself. Her smoke bomb comes back fast, so we can throw it down often, dealing massive damage, a bit of a safer place to fight in. She's going to be using melee weapons, so constantly stacking on to deal massive amounts of damage every time we crit, and doing basically at all times 20% extra damage with the melee weapons. Our Dragon Slash now turns into a nice escaping ability, a nice hit and run, because it shoots us forward by 3 tiles. We move a little bit faster just to bounce around the battlefield a bit more easily. And then we have Corrosive Stars, so our Throwing Stars ability just gets a little bit better. So with this loadout, we are a perfect ninja. We get in the battlefield, we throw down smoke bombs efficiently, quickly, we get to bounce around with our hit and run type abilities being Dragon Slash, Fleetfoot Ken, dealing massive melee damage, staying alive with Dimmak, so we're constantly regenerating our shield, and we basically are becoming a glass cannon without the glass part. We're staying alive, and we're keeping our damage stacked. Remember, 2 most important things when building a hero loadout: your commander's perk and the playstyle you're using. Screw weapons, the playstyle, which also takes into account your weapons. Alright, after this, we only have one more. We're going to be going over the Outlanders. Beautiful. 1 second. Oh. Obesity rates are skyrocketing in America. Don't become obese. You know the drill. Less trading. Less begging. More playing. More observing. And more learning. I'm gonna bounce out of here. I will catch you in the next one.